For those of you who have uh, been to the membership award ceremony before, you know that it's pretty quick. So you'll have time to get off to dinner. So let's start. I want to welcome you all to our 2025 Member Show Award Ceremony. Those of you who have been a member for many years, while I've been president anyway, know that this is my favorite show of all the shows that we run. And so I'm always excited when we do the show. Um, I want to start by introducing our Judge of Awards, Cindy Crimmin. Many of you know her, or at least know of Cindy, as she is an award-winning Massachusetts artist. She's a signature member of Pastel Society of America and Pastel Painters Society of Cape Cod, probably others, and also an IAPS Master Circle member. Cindy is known for her luminous plein air and studio painting of landscapes, florals, and interiors. She's a very versatile painter. She regularly teaches both online and in-person classes and workshops, and you can see what she's doing. And I went by regularly, I mean like weekly, by going to her website. We are really honored to have Cindy as our judge of awards and thank her for the conscientious job that she did in reviewing our 2025 member show. Now for the show, we have 118 paintings from 64 artists. I'm going to be playing a short silent slideshow, which should be familiar to most of you by now, of all the paintings in the show. And this year, for the first time, we broke the developing artists out as a group. And we did this because we decided that it was really useful to see everyone's progress over the years. And so you can look for that toward the end of the slideshow, which is alphabetical. Some artists have offered their paintings for sale, and those are on our store at cmpastels.org, and that store is open now. It should be a menu tab that says store. And by the time that this presentation is over, the entire show will also be up at Online Juried Shows under Published Shows, which is one of their menu items. So if you want to go to that link on Online Juried Shows and send it to friends or family, you can do that. So I'm going to start our video. And this will last about 5-6 minutes. Beautiful show. Thank you all for entering and giving us the privilege of seeing where you are. Um, so now we're going to go straight to the awards, and Cindy is going to just give her overall comment here, and then we will award the judges starting the awards, starting with the developing artists. Cindy?
Well, I'm not going to read what is
Hi.
on your screen. I'm just going to walk you through my thinking here. But I will tell you, without a doubt, this is one of the hardest judging gigs that I've ever done. I love judging shows because I love seeing what people can do, and I love pointing out the things that appeal to me. In this show, there were so many very strong paintings by people I admire and respect so much. I could have easily filled 15 more slots in those of you who didn't receive an award in this show need to know how much I appreciate what you do and the work that you put forth. The other thing I will say is that in order to make a selection, I had to use a different filter. In addition to just good painting, I was looking for something that might be unique about the piece or something that I could learn from in the piece. So in each one of these, I hope I can point out to you the reason that I selected that particular piece from a field of so many strong pieces.
Okay, excellent. Thanks. We're going to start with honorable mention for developing artist. And Lisa, I'm going to apologize to you. I see that I spelled your name wrong in the slide. I will correct it. Lisa Townsend for Home from Hudson.
So this one, although it is clearly something a person who's just beginning the journey of learning how to paint has already some strengths that I really wanted to highlight. For one, painting low light as at sunset, when the land mass has lost its light and there's still light in the sky, is much trickier than it appears. And I love the way this artist used the gold in the and the blues in the ground to give that sense that the light is fading from the earth. The other part that I liked about this was if you look very carefully, and I'm not even sure that this was done, I'm not sure this was done deliberately, or if it's just an instinct that this artist has without even knowing it. But if you look carefully, you'll notice that the sky at the horizon line shifts from purple to a little bit brighter blue, which I find to be very true to night skies. Now, what's left for this artist is going to be to add the details that'll make it a really an increasingly interesting painting for the viewer. But what they start with is a sense of looseness that's often very difficult for beginning painters. So my sense is that this is an artist that's going to go great places as time goes on.
Great, thank you. For the Developing Artist Award, Mary Catherine Van Clunen for La Dolce Vita.
So still lifes can be relatively easy because they're solid forms. You can make the forms, it's not as difficult to make forms hold together when you're dealing with single forms. That's not true of glass. This is a very complicated still life. The glass looks like it reflects, and still you can see through it. Um, it's the composition is strong. The viewer is pulled in. I thought this was a really wonderful still life. Look at the way the glass sparkles on the very top edges there on the far right-hand side. Even subtle little moves like that can be enormously appealing on a piece like this. So this was an easy one. I thought this was an outstanding piece for the Developing Artist Award.
Congratulations, Mary Catherine. Honorable mention to Gary Ozias for Seasons
What
Change.
I what I liked about this, there were two things that really caught my attention on this piece. One is that the colors, although they're very vibrant and slightly exaggerated, in particular in the rows of the ground, I thought they rang true somehow. I thought they were just beautiful. The skyline is very compelling and really does a good job pulling in the composition. And one of the things also that caught my attention was that glow of warm red in the background trees. They just give that section of tree line a little bit of life that might easily have been missed. So I thought this was a beautiful piece. I'm also always caught by light.
Yeah, it's very nice. Congratulations, Gary. Keith
This
Dimanche, an honorable mention for Backyard Blues.
So this piece caught my attention again for the skyline. It's just beautiful. Now, one of the tricks about using photo references is the tendency to lose detail in dark areas when you're looking at a brighter sky than the ground. And so I looked very carefully to see how the artist had handled the ground area. And I thought, as I had mentioned in the earlier honorable mention piece, that this was done just beautifully. There's just enough light to pick out the distinction between the tree line and the ground. It doesn't break the plane at all. And what happens is that glow in the sky just really lights up. This rang really true, but and in a unique way. So I wanted to make sure that this was mentioned.
Great. Congratulations to Keith. And an honorable mention to Jory Mason for First to Fall.
This piece has a kind of abstract quality, which I love looking at representational pieces that kind of tilt towards the abstract and still ring true to their origins. So you can tell that the sky is got atmospheric perspective in it as it gets lighter towards the ground. But the mark making and the color choices in the leaves have so much energy. It also made me really remember what it looks like when a leaf breaks free and starts to spin as it hits the ground. I thought it was just lovely. And I love the way the lower part of the piece drifts into suggestion. So there's a real focal point. You're pulled up to those real crisp leaves at the upper right-hand corner, but the lower part, it speaks as the supporting actor in the piece and doesn't dominate. I thought this was lovely.
Congratulations, Jory. In third place, we have Cheryl Wildermuth with her painting Drifting.
So one of the things that I think is really significant in a good painting is that it creates a sense of space and mood, and that all the elements of the painting support that sense. This painting does just that. The placement of the land masses, the way that the water spins around, the pull even of the placement of the grasses in the lower right-hand corner, the depth of water, all of it pulls the viewer right in there and spins it down that stretch of lit water right underneath the sky. It also the color choices here were all about calm. It really felt, I said in the comment that I wrote, that it felt like a long, slow exhale. And even now, as I look at it, I'm having the same sense of just beautiful calm.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Cheryl. In second place, Janet Schwartz for Can't Fake a Smile.
So I have done portraits in my past, not many, but enough to know how very, very difficult they are. In particular, it's also very difficult to get a likeness. This, knowing Janet, is a true likeness. So I compliment her on the skills. But in addition to that, this portrait has a mood. It everything supports the idea that there is something weighing on the mind of the sitter. That green light on I guess it's our right-hand side of her face. It's accurate. The values are perfectly accurate in conveying the shape of the face, but the green of it against the warm of the rest of the face really speaks to a sadness, a worry, a concern, something on the mind of this viewer. The other part of this that I really liked was the energy in the hair. Not only are they compelling shapes compositionally, but it also speaks a little bit to the personality of the sitter. There's a resilience in it and an energy, and it gives you a sense that this person, although they have something on their mind, has the fortitude to move forward and do something about it. I thought it was a complicated, interesting, compelling portrait. Beautifully done.
Big congratulations, Janet. And in first place, Yael Mayman for Sense of Freedom.
What I'm always fascinated about the way people use lost and found edges. This is a perfect example of that. This is a beautifully drawn animal. It absolutely holds together despite the shift in color. So the unusual color, that choice of green on the cat's fore, the hip in the front of the animal is obviously not an accurate one in terms of nature, but the value is perfect, holds the shape perfectly. And then as you move up towards the smaller shapes of the head, which all lines send you in that direction, perfect. You notice that that far cheek of the cat has just drifted into the sky, that lost edge. The viewer is invited to complete the form, um, but it is not completed by the artist. And I love that a viewer is part of the creation of the artwork. It's kind of to me like poetry, when words are missing and the reader fills in with their own knowledge. It just brings you right into it. In addition, the whole diagonal of it gives this sense of ready to pounce on this animal. I just thought this was masterful. So beautifully done.
Thank you. And thank you so much for these excellent comments. I know that all the artists and we all appreciate them. I know you have to run, Cindy.
I'm out of here. It was a great
Yeah,
show. Thank you
yeah.
so much for including me.
Yeah, thank you. For
Bye.
the rest of you, we have just a couple of announcements. They're kind of important ones, so I hope you are able to stay. We have our biannual signature exhibit coming up this year, and it opens on June 1st, which is Sunday, with a reception from 1 to 3 p.m. at Fruitlands Museum in Harvard, Mass. And admission to the museum is free, so you can just come to the reception and also see the museum. The show is going to be on for 2 full months from June 1 to July 31st with 16 participating signature artists with up to 3 pieces each. And here's the list. So you're going to, and a number of these people were in our member show. And so this is a good opportunity to see more work from these people. And our national show, Marks of Distinction, opens for entry on June 6th at online jury shows. We have 2 fabulous jurors, Robin Frisella and Charles Peer, and I'm excited to have as our judge of awards Joachim Homan from the Harvard University Art Museums. The deadline to submit is July 21st, so you have time. But mark your calendar. The show is going to run from August 26th to September 26th, again at our usual venue, 5 Sparks in Harvard. And the prospectus is currently available on both our website and on online jury shows. And as a special treat, Robin Frisella is going to be doing a live demo at 5 Sparks on September 27th, and that is pickup day. So I am going to open pickup a little earlier this year so that people could actually pick up their painting and sign it out and then go watch a Robin, because if you've never seen her demo before, you're in for a treat. So that's it. If anybody wants to make any comments or put them in the chat, please do so. And otherwise, we are done for the evening. And I thank you all for attending. And we are recording this, and we will be sending out a link for everybody at the time that it's ready, which, as you know, usually takes us a couple of days. So thank you all for coming. Congratulations to everybody who entered and to all the winners. It was a really, really great show, and it's great to see you all. So take it easy, everybody, and I will be seeing you soon. Okay.
Thanks, Jane.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.